वेलकम टू प्रिंस स्टूडेंट हाउस। स्टूडेंट्स लीगल डिक्टेशन आपको दे रहे हैं हम 100 वर्ड से मिनट। आपको बहुत हेल्प करेगी आने वाले पंजाब एंड हरियाणा हाई कोर्ट चंडीगढ़ में जो स्किल टेस्ट होगा, और भविष्य में अहमदाबाद हाई कोर्ट गुजरात में 120 वर्ड्स का होगा हालांकि, लेकिन प्रैक्टिस के लिए बेस्ट आप 100 की एक्यूरेसी में जाइए। लीगल हम स्टार्ट करते हैं 100 वर्ड से मिनट। रेडी स्टार्ट। दिस कोर्ट इन ए लॉन्ग लाइन ऑफ केसेस हैज़ गिवन wider meaning to the word consent in the context of sexual offences as explained in various judicial dictionaries. A woman who is a victim of sexual assault is not an accomplice to the crime. Her evidence cannot be tested with suspicion as that of an accomplice. As a matter of fact, the evidence of the prosecutrix is similar to the evidence of an injured complainant or witness. The testimony of prosecutrix, if found to be reliable by itself, may be sufficient to convict the culprit, and no corroboration of her evidence is necessary. In prosecutions of rape, the law does not require corroboration. It is only by way of abundant caution that court may look for some corroboration so as to satisfy its conscience and rule out any false accusations. In examining the evidence of the prosecutrix, the courts must be alive to the conditions prevalent in the Indian society and must not be swayed by beliefs in other countries. The courts must be sensitive and responsive to the plight of the female victim of sexual assault. The stigma that attaches to the victim of rape in Indian society ordinarily rules out the leveling of false accusations. The observations made in the case of भारवादा भोगनी भाई हरिजी भाई must be kept in mind invariably while dealing with the rape case. The contention on behalf of the respondent that no alarm was raised by the prosecutrix at the bus stand or the other places where she was taken, and that creates serious doubt about truthfulness of her evidence, overlooks the situation in which the prosecutrix was placed. She had been kidnapped by two adult males, one of them a wielded firearm and threatened her, and she was taken away from her village and kept in a rented room for many days where a-1 had sexual intercourse with her. Whenever she asked a-1 for return to her village, she was threatened and her mouth was gagged. The absence of alarm by her at the public place cannot lead to an inference that she had willingly accompanied a-1 and a-2. The circumstances made her submissive victim, and that does not mean that she was inclined and willing to intercourse with a-1. She had no free act of the mind during her stay with a-1, as she was under constant fear. Although there are certain contradictions and omissions in her testimony, but such omissions and contradictions are minor, and on maternal aspects her evidence is consistent. The prosecutrix being illiterate and rustic young women, some contradictions and omissions are natural, as her recollection, observance, memory and narration of chain of events may not be precise. Except the bald statement of a-1 under section 313 Criminal Procedure Code that he has been falsely implicated due to enmity, nothing has been brought on record that may probabilize that the prosecutrix had motive to falsely implicate him. Stop.